Well, good morning, everyone. How is everybody on this fine Tuesday? It is raining here in Southern California. Probably, really a welcome change, but I didn't expect it to rain as hard as it's raining. And of course, here in California, you would think that they've never seen rain before when it comes to driving on the streets. It just cracks me up. People are, I don't even know how to explain it unless you've lived here and witnessed it for yourself. You wouldn't believe it. It's just amazing. But fortunately, I think it's only supposed to rain for a few hours, so we'll have to see how it plays out. Let's see here. We've got right. I don't see Alex yet. I'm sure he's on his way. Let's see here. Why don't we? Oh, let me make sure that this. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right. Well, until we see Alex, we're going to say some good mornings this morning. Oh, actually, do I see Dave here? Maybe Dave is here. Let's see here. Dave, are you in there? I don't see you. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. I thought I did. Huh. All right. Well, let's say some good mornings, and we will get going with everything this morning. Let's see. We have Richard Pacente over on YouTube. Good morning, Richard. Tina Kelly is here on YouTube as well. Good morning, Tina. Oh, there's Dave. Hold on. All right. There we go. Let's see. I think we got him there. At least I thought I did. Oh, what do you know? I clicked the right button. At least I think I did.
Good
so
morning,
far.
guys.
Good morning, Dave.
What?
Oh, you there, Dave? Dave, did I lose you?
I am here.
Oh, good morning. I don't know what's going on with Alex. I haven't seen him yet this morning.
I don't know if I seen a message that said he may not be in today.
Oh, where did you see that?
You have to look back at the text, maybe. I think is what I seen.
Huh. Well, I mean, no, that was Lisa.
Oh, but right below Lisa. I think Alex said he won't be in either.
I don't see that.
Let me look.
I just said you will be missed because Lisa Maria will not be joining us today. She's got prior commitments, but I'm sure he's just got something going on. He'll pop in when he's able.
Yeah, he may still be here. I guess I misread that.
Yeah, I was going to say, huh?
He hearted it.
He hearted it. So there you go.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, well, let me say some more good mornings here. Well, good morning, Teresa. Tim Shaw, 707 is here. Mary Ann Thompson, good morning. Mama Bear is piling in. Joy, good morning, Joy. Tim Shaw, 707 said, we need rain in South Carolina. Well, I think everybody probably needs rain. Are you guys still raining over there, Dave?
We had about 4 days ago, we had about an inch of moisture. So. Oh, yeah, doing pretty good. We're all right over here.
Oh, good. Right, okay. Now. Excellent. Let's see. Rick Senior's here. Good morning, Rick. Brian is here. Good morning, Brian. And Nut, grand rising to you too. And Nut, I want to apologize publicly. I don't know what happened that got you blocked on the account, but I'm glad you're back. Kevin Kiesler is here. Jan loving being grandma. PJ Party. Peggy is here. Said it's bad in Ventura County last night. Wow, I guess the rain. Donna Fox is here from New Jersey. Larry 43442. Andrea Lynn, good morning, Andrea. David Morales over on YouTube. Virgo 47. Mary Lee Brown said, good morning, everyone. Sorry for yesterday. Was looking at Trump and I forgot. Well, that's okay. We'll let you off the hook today. Let's see. We had, I just got a crazy message here. Hits is here. Hey, Hitesh, glad you could make it. Sue B, Sherry from East Tennessee, Wendy J, Magic is here, and Sue BQ. Joe Lynn, good afternoon to you as well. Mama Bear said, how exactly does one pile in, Sam? It's of course, leave it to Mama Bear. It is just a, hold on a second here. I forgot to mute my phone. Otherwise, I get messages while I'm on here. So how does one pile in? I don't know, Mama Bear. Just a phrase I use. Oh, gosh. Let's see here. Martin's WB is here. Good morning, Martin. Paco is here from wet and sunny Alameda. Lord Bullion. Good morning, Lord. Maga T Triggerer is here in full force. I love it. Excellent. B Bethany. Good morning, B. Let's see. Cool Cat Renee over on YouTube said, okay, there's peace in Israel, but what happens to the Hamas group? Where do they go, please? Well, that's a very good question. I don't know where they will be assimilated. I don't know how that's going to play out, but I am confident that President Trump has got a handle on it. And when I say President Trump, I mean Trump and team. And there are a lot of people supporting him. So I'm not worried about it in the least. Hitesh is here over on YouTube as well. He's multitasking, he said. Excellent, Hitesh. I'm glad you're here. Benji 1959 said, open the door and shove as many in as possible. Exactly. Hey, Traveler's here. Hey, Traveler. Brian Yeager said, one at a time, push if needed, form a line. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, let's see here. Dave, I don't know. Oh, you know what? I guess I'm going to have to try and do the indices. Holy cannoli. Hold on, everybody. I'm going to try and pull this up as we speak, live on air. So let's see here. I'm kind of thrown for a loop because Alex has normally got this, but I'm going to do my best to see where we're at. All right. So, let's see if we can get the current stock market. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Bear with me, everybody. This is a kind of a last minute deal here. Let's see. So we have the Dow is up 131 points. The NASDAQ is down 160 points. The S&P 500 is down 14 points as well. Oh, wait a second. Did I just see Alex pop in? Stand by, everybody. We're trying to multitask here, and I'm not all that good at it. Let's see. Yes, there he is. Okay, we got him now. Well, good morning, Alex. I was just trying to see if I could get the indices going.
Well, it's a good thing I showed up when I did.
Yeah.
My apologies. I did message like right at the beginning of the show in your comments. I don't know if it got filtered or whatever, just saying.
Oh, we lost you, Alex.
I would be in the background I messaged in the comments, I'll be in the background for just a few more minutes. We had the nurse here, so.
Oh, I figured it was something like that, yeah.
Being late.
Is Mom okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. You want me to rock through indices? I can do that pretty quickly. I got them pulled up and ready to go.
Yeah, good, because I was stumbling around over here. It was ugly.
S&P 500 down 16 points to 6,638. The Dow is up 112 to 46,179. NASDAQ down 165 to 22,529. Meanwhile, gold up $4,146 per ounce.
Wow.
Pretty awesome. Silver retracted a little bit, still sitting at 51.79. Crude oil at 58.43. And the crypto market down, down, and down again. Bitcoin sitting down 2% at 111,000. Ethereum down 3% to 3,982. First time I've seen it below 4 in quite a while. XRP down 4% to $2.45. Cardano down 3% to 68 cents. XLM down 3% to 33 cents, and HBAR down 1.8%, sitting at 18 cents. Buy the dip, ladies and gentlemen. Not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Buy it on the TikTok shop. Today's drops, Q drops, bunch of Q drops. Hunter Biden coming back into the narrative from 2020. There is a meme of Trump playing a violin. It says, next My next piece is called Nothing Can Stop What Is Coming. Information warfare, they can no longer hide in the shadows. That's drop 4859.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. And I am so out of sorts. I forgot to highlight you during that indices.
That's okay. Don't nobody need to see this mug.
Jody Singleton's here. Hey, Jody. PJ Party said that's what Sam did in his lowrider in his younger days, piled them all in. I wasn't on the lowrider crowd. I was in the hot rod crowd. You know, muscle cars. That was my deal. Helpful Honey is here. Good morning, Helpful. Tracy Fagan and Tanya Moonsheimer. Good morning. Mama Bear with a whole bunch of squirrels. I get it. Freddie Dragonfly is here. Joe Lynn is here. Thank you for the words of encouragement, Joe Lynn. Christy B from Hayesville, Kansas. Well, John Gwynn just made it. Good morning, John. I'm waiting for some sort of comment about steaks from Alex, but maybe not today.
You're still buying.
Exactly. Oh, let's see here. Whites is here. Mary Lee Brown. Martini Time just showed up. Hey, Martini Time. Kathleen Paschke's over here on Facebook. Richard Presente said morning bot. I don't know what that means, but maybe there's something going on in terms of trolls over on YouTube today. Who knows? All right, Dave, do you have a report for us today?
I sure do. Welcome in, guys, on this, I believe it's Tuesday, right? Kind of a very cloudy day here in Iowa, 75 degrees. Corn is even across the board. Soybeans are down 2 to 3, and wheat is up 3 to 4. Cattle is up 0.8%, and hogs are down 2.3% today for some odd reason. I haven't looked at the news to see why, but it's getting hammered. So if you get your hams for Thanksgiving, if you can right now.
There we go. Excellent. Thank you, Dave. So in terms of me saying I was a hot rod guy versus a low rider, Martin's WB said, me too, Sam, with a 1964 Impala with a 454. Oh, man. I bet you wish you still had that. I don't know. Maybe you still do. I don't know. Toilet Seat Theorist said, Israel first, God bless Trump. Huh, interesting. Well, I think there's going to be, wow, look at that thing on Dave's head there. That's kind of cool. What was that, a duck? I've never seen that before. All right, let's see here. What? I don't know what that was. That was a trip. All right, let's jump into some stories here.
That was a squirrel.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was. There it is. And there it is. Brian in the chat with the squirrels. Exactly, Brian. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so the Kremlin warned it could end badly for everyone if the U.S. supplies Ukraine long-range missiles. Now, I don't know. It sure seems to me like the whole Ukraine thing kind of went by the wayside over the last couple of weeks with all that's going on with Israel. I personally think that whatever's going to take place in Ukraine and with Russia is probably already been negotiated, but how it's going to play out long term, your guess is as good as mine. Alex, any thoughts on that?
Your guess is as good as mine. We're just going to have to wait and see. Interesting times.
Yeah, to say the least. To say the least. Dave, any comment?
I think I've seen some information possibly coming across the board that the Ukraine war is going to be solved here as the next plan between them and Russia. So we'll see.
Wouldn't
see
surprise
that comes
me.
to light.
Right.
I mean, when you look at the line of world leaders that were standing behind him yesterday, like there's no more boogeyman. There's no more boogeyman. There's no more boogeyman. They can't come up with the boogeyman. Last man standing is the Ukraine situation. Wild times.
Well, and I think that's what the deep state has done. It's funny, going back almost 40 years, what we used to call it was the black hats and the white hats. And then that kind of evolved into, when President Trump came into office, into the swamp and the deep state. but we're still talking about the same people. And those same people, in my opinion, are the globalists. They're the ones that have been trying to control the world so that they can control. Oh, nice little bat and ball there. So they can control the world. Well, all of that is now disappearing before our eyes. And like Alex said, the boogeyman. They've used boogeymen so many times in the past. We go back to the Iran Contra. We go back to Vietnam. We go back to, the list goes on and on. But now all of that's being exposed. And because it's being exposed, there is no more boogeyman. Now, I personally think that the peace treaty is going to stay in place. Now, I could be wrong, but it is my opinion that it's not going anywhere. And I think that was it President Trump said, this is not only the end of a war, it is the end of an age of terror and death and the beginning of the age of faith, hope, and of God. This is the historic dawn of a new Middle East. And you know what else is really interesting too, you guys, is when you do some research about why the fighting has gone on as intensely as it has, you have two different factions. You have the Muslims, right, that are concerned about the Dome of the Rock, which is their holy place. And then you have Jerusalem, which is where Jesus was born, right, or came from. Do you know what one of the major drivers is there? It's the tourist trade. The amount of money that is generated from tourism has a lot to do with why this fighting has been going on for so long. And now that the boogeyman's gone, how are they going to divide that up? Is there going to be some cataclysmic event or some catalyzing event? What do you think, Alex?
I mean, they're gonna try some catalyzing event. I mean, history has shown us over and over and over multiple false flags to draw our attention to the right hand so that we're not paying attention to what the left hand's doing. That's the playbook. But if you know the playbook, and you plan 10 minutes ahead of time who you're going to crop dust when you need to pass gas, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I've told this story before, but I'm going to say it again. Back in, around 2009, 2010, I was doing a lot of research, and a friend of mine, her son was killed in Afghanistan, and he was going through a divorce at the time. And when he was killed, his soon-to-be ex-wife at that time didn't want his belongings. And my friend, who was his mother, did. So she tried to get involved and get things going in terms of, being able to grab his personal belongings so she could have them for herself. Well, she ran into problem after problem. And so ultimately, she started a 501c3 for veterans. In fact, I'm going to try and get her on the show at some point. But at that time, she said, Sam, I want you to talk to her son's friend. And her son's friend was in military intelligence at the time. So she hooks me up with him. We get on the phone. We spent hours on the phone. And he was telling me things that I had no idea of. And I was pretty well read back then as well. But he essentially said, do you guys remember the old Fast and Furious where Obama was giving guns? He said that they sacrificed that portion of the operation, Fast and Furious, to hide something else called Easy Actor, which was another operation that was much bigger in scope, but they sacrificed that portion of the op. And it's exactly what you said, Alex. Make them look over to the right when they're doing something over on the left. And I found that really pertinent to what's going on now, because so much of this is kayfabe. So much of this is manufactured narrative or manufactured consent that I think we're looking at down the barrel of that particular gun.
Well, they tried to make us believe that Benghazi was over a meme.
Yeah.
I mean,
or the Gulf of Tonkin in Vietnam that never happened, right? I mean, my goodness, how about 2 aluminum tubes supposedly taking down 2 skyscrapers? I don't think so.
They didn't know the Japanese were headed towards Pearl Harbor.
Exactly. Another example. And that's why I say, when you see things on the news, when you see videos that you think look real, it's always best to question it, because we just don't know what's really going on in the background. Dave, any comment?
No, I agree on it. It comes to light like a lot of things, like why is Building 7 falling down, and it wasn't hit by anything because it had a fire in it.
And how about CNN saying that the Building 7 already fell, and in the background you could see it standing there?
It was BBC.
Or BBC,
CNN.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, multiples.
Yeah, crazy.
It just goes to show you that you have to use discernment, and you have to keep your eyes open and critically think. And there's a whole lot of examples of that.
The book that was published on the 9th about Charlie Kirk on the 10th. What the hell is that?
Exact. And there was multiple books, and they were all pulled off the next day. What the hell was that all about? I don't know. Benji 1959 said, "I thought Israel was last." It is in the Q drops. This gentleman or person over on YouTube was just talking about their affinity for Israel in general, I think. Brian said missiles. Yeah, exactly. Texas Mimi's here. Vicky Veronica's here. Hey, everybody. Layson Steele just showed up. Mama Bear sent me a message earlier and said that, Sam, I was surprised that you weren't wearing, oh, nice Caesar hat, that you weren't wearing red today. And I didn't know what she was talking about. Well, apparently today is Charlie Kirk's birthday. So happy birthday in heaven, Charlie, or wherever you are. Mama Bear said, I'm wearing red today for Charlie Kirk's birthday. Good for you, Mama Bear.
Well, let's play both sides of the fence. Today's also George Floyd's birthday, so we got to recognize it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was born October 14th, 1973. Charlie Kirk was born October 14th, 1993.
Wow, I had no idea.
Huh. Another weird coincidence.
Exactly. John Langlow's here. Hey, John. Glad you could make it. Just a Mess from Tex is here. And Lee just showed up. Hey, Lee. Glad you made it. PJ Party said, more so with AI, can't trust videos. 100% I agree. One of the advantages we do have now, though, is if you have questions about videos, you can put them into the AI chat boxes and determine whether or not they are AI, which I think is very helpful. I use AI more and more all the time. And I'm just amazed by it, just absolutely amazed by it. In fact, I'm having some connection issues here, and I use Spectrum Internet, and I use their Wi-Fi, but I hardwire, thanks to Alex, my connection with my computer. But I'm not getting reception in the rest of my place. So, Alex, when we get offline, I have to ask you some questions. I'm going to buy a new router, wireless router, and
Linksys, Linksys.
Well, I looked at that. I asked Grok what he thought, and he said the Asus was better.
Linksys.
No? But does Linksys have those where you can put the router in one place and then get an extender thing in another? Oh, they have those too.
If you even need it, you won't need it with a good Linksys.
Oh, you don't think
have you guys put that Afghanistan video in there yet of the airplane?
Oh, no, I haven't. In fact, Alex, can you do that right now while we're on the air?
If you can find it, because I tell you what, I sent that to a military buddy, and I go, "What do you think of this?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Look at the airplane. I mean, there is no way, that's so blatantly obvious."
I agree, 100%. Any of those people in front of those engines would have been sucked through in a heartbeat. Ego said, "Where is James when we need him?" I don't know, but I would not be surprised if he's creeping in the background somewhere. He likes to do that from time to time because he can't really come on camera with all that he's doing right now.
If XRP was higher, he'd be here for sure.
Yeah, looks like we do have a lot of trolls going over on YouTube today. Interesting.
Oh, there's quite a few. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. I almost bid on it there for a second. I was reading the first line. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't think so. So Texas Mimi said, wow, what is that? I've never seen that before. Texas Mimi said, everything is a lie. All wars, political, religion, history, education, medical, it's sickening. Texas Mimi, you are so right on so many levels in so many areas. it has been deception upon deception over psyop for so long that it's no wonder that most people that don't take the time to really research these things are in the place that they're at. Dave, it sounded like you wanted to say something about George Floyd.
I didn't want to say anything about George.
Couldn't help but bust your chops there. Helpful Honey said yes. Ugh, exactly. Andrea Lynn 81 said tomorrow is my birthday. Well, Andrea Lynn, happy early birthday. Hopefully you'll be here with us tomorrow and we can say happy birthday on the correct day.
We sure do have a whole lot of Libras. I'm starting to think us Libras rule the world. Just saying.
I'm telling you, I know. Dave, when's your birthday?
Aquarius, January 28th.
January 28th.
Going back to Trump's statement about us moving into a new age, why do I hear in my background soundtrack, it is the age of Aquarius?
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm just putting this. I have to enter this so I don't forget. January 28th. Okay. You're going to be on the hot spot on that day, Dave. All right. There we go. So let's see here. Texas Mimi said, and all those issues are lies too. I'm telling you, it's one thing after another. Look, he is. James is here. I knew he'd be creeping in the background. We are so on to you, James. Are you able to come up with us? I don't know. I'll send him an invite. If he can do it, he will. Benji 1959 with all the squirrels. I know. I get it. Terry M. Collins said Kirk is in Valhalla. And that's very interesting because Kash Patel was making comments about Valhalla and several other prominent figures as well. Now, I don't know. Were you able to find that video, Alex?
So I've found the video. You need to download the video to be able to upload it into, and so I'm trying to see if I can find a place. But yeah, like when you look at the video, the windows are black. The markings on the side of the plane are not typical markings of what our aircraft look like. The shadows. Look at the shadows of the. Thank you. Look at the shadows of the people running.
Oh, there it is. Dave's got it there.
Yeah, they don't match. I mean, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's just crazy. I know. Boo Boo said, we are waking up to the Matrix. We can see the deception and the manipulation. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? Jan Lovin being grandma said, good morning, James. Hope all is well with the harvest. Well, Virgo 47 said, my mom was a Libra. So was my mom as well. So there's a whole bunch of us. Martini Time said, Aquariuses are amazing husbands. I'm assuming that you're an Aquarius. Exactly. Oh, Texas Mimi said, I'm January 29th and will be 73. Congratulations, Texas Mimi. What's that, Dave?
I said, tell that to my wife.
Yeah. I'm sure she is more than pleased with her life choice. All right. Well, let's move on. So Wall Street Apes came out with a very interesting post yesterday. And I just had to bring it up in the dispatch because it is a highlight of how far gone our government has become. And they said that American taxpayers are paying U.S. Congress for salary, $174,000 each year, $7.6 million per year for meal replacements. The House committees just to meet get $212 million. Each Congress rep is allotted up to 18 staffers. Wages for each of the 18 staffers per Congress rep are from $58,000 to $200,000 each. Their MRA, the members representational allowance, is $810 million, and the list goes on. He listed quite a few things, but isn't this just horrendous? The amount of money that is being paid to those who are supposed to be serving us and serving their country. Dave, what do you think?
I think that's going to be some of the more of the stuff that Trump's going to cut. Part of the fat's going to be taken off of that. So it's going to be it's going to be neat to see on the shutdown because that's going to play right into Trump's hand.
Right. And Speaker Johnson just came out this morning and said this could be the longest government shutdown in history. I'm all for it. Alex, what do you think?
House Representatives allowance, we'll call it MRA funds official number is $850 million a year.
Dear
$850 million. With the average of that being 1.9. So $2 million per member. There's so much bloat. You know, we're gonna scream about the environment and the ice caps are melting and the world's gonna burn up by 2020 and sea levels are gonna rise. But we're gonna get on our private jets and we're gonna buy. You know what? We're gonna buy some beachfront property.
Exactly. Because we're so concerned about the rising tide.
It's another thing that chaps my ass. Now, if you're doing your job, totally, I think it should be part of the benefit package. But look at the health care that they get versus the health care that we have to pay for.
Very good point.
Just go dig and look.
Very good point. Oh, and hey, everybody, before I forget, I think I've got the subscriber only live issue figured out. So I would encourage everyone. We are going to be doing our subscriber lives on Friday. Go and subscribe on TikTok if you haven't subscribed yet. If you are a subscriber on any of the other platforms, you just have to send me a message and we'll figure out how we're going to get you on that subscriber only live. But check your subscriptions because this Friday we may have a special guest. I'm not going to say who it is, but you might want to make sure your subscription is up to date.
I also got the link working so we can do Zoom because how much fun was that?
Yeah.
Like we can do show, just saying.
Whatever we want. Exactly. Dave, what were you going to say?
I was going to say that same Democratic Party that's trying to give illegal immigrants health care fined you for not having.
They what?
They fine
you get a fine for not having health care, right?
Yeah, what a freaking joke. What an absolute joke. Don't get me started on the whole healthcare system in America. We spend more on healthcare in America than the rest of the world combined. Yes, we're 32nd in life expectancy, 34th in infant mortality rate. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So let's see here. And Beth, Be the Best Today said Trump is paid $0. Well, his salary gets paid, but he donates it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure who he donates it to, but he does donate it. So yeah, effectively he's not receiving any payment for it. Joy said Congress should not be paid during the shutdown. 100% I agree. 100% I agree. Brian said the hypocrisy. It's so true. Jess Perry said the fine is cheaper than insurance. Jeez. Martin's WB Alex said the subscriber tab isn't in the corner. And everybody, it's a super fan now too.
Yeah, click on the hearts at the top next to Sam's name, and right next to your level of fan journey is super fan. If you click on super fan, you will see super fan only space, and that's where we've been putting chat suggestions for the show. You can get messages to Sam in that way, and we know because it's on the subscriber only, super fan only. It says here, according to the almighty Grok, every quarter he donates it to different places. Q1 restoration of Anaheim National Battlefield, Q2, Department of Education STEM-focused camp for students, Institute for National Health Research Incentives, support for small business programs, public health initiatives, general agency support, law enforcement training programs, rural development programs, health research and preparedness, infrastructure safety initiatives, border security and emergency management, park preservation efforts, educational programs for underserved communities. If that tells you where he's putting his money, he's putting it where his mouth is. Man, God bless that dude.
Amen. Amen. Brian Blackburn over on YouTube said Trump needs to tell Israel they better not ever try another false flag event like October 7th. 100%. I think that's coming. That's going to come out too, Brian. I think you're right on target with that. Layson Steele said, I enjoyed the show and tell with the pew pews last Friday. Yeah, and then Donna Fox said I couldn't get on last Friday. So what I think we're going to do this week is we're going to start on TikTok subscriber only. We'll go for a while and then we'll switch to the Zoom call. That way everybody can Alex can get everybody acclimated on how to get to the Zoom call properly. But that's kind of my plan at this point. And Martini time, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do the subscriber only. It's sponsor time. But we'll do the subscriber only on TikTok first. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscription button. If you have, check to make sure that you switch to Superfan. It's just a different name, but you have to push a button or something to make sure that your subscription is working. All right, so let's do some sponsorship announcements here. First up, MyPillow, Mike Lindell. Go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM, and you'll get up to 80% off your purchases. Mike could use the business. He's having a hard time. You know, it's been challenging to say the least for him, but he keeps fighting. He's a bulldog. Let's support him if we can. Also, Neil Naturopathic. Dr. Neil's a personal friend of mine. Go to neilnaturopathic.com. His hair care products are chemical and toxin free. Use the code SAM20, that's SAM20, and you'll get a 20% discount on your orders from Neil Naturopathic. And of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Many people have taken advantage of this. And I would encourage everyone, whether it's for yourself, for your kids, for your grandkids, go to my website, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner, use the code SAM, and you'll get a 30% discount, which he's already discounted already for our viewers, but you get another 30% off. You can ask him any question that you have when it comes to health and wellness, and you'll get a succinct and precise answer. And then, Alex, what about cybersecurity today?
risktooltech.com. Inside our software, you have a dashboard that shows you where you're at on training for your staff, policy acceptance by your staff, vendor policies, checklists, annual assessments, a roadmap, a gauge, a guide to where you are on your journey to cybersecurity secureness. risktooltech.com.
Thank you, Alex. Jan Loving Being Grandma said I couldn't get on either. Yeah, so what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to go subscriber only on TikTok to begin with. Alex will work out all the bugs, give everybody the instructions they need, and then we'll move to the Zoom call. But that's what we're going to do this week. Rick Senior, it's snack time. All right, we just got it done, Rick. We're good. Let's see. I saw, nice balloon. Oh, James creeping in the background. I love it. James, I sent you an invite if you can pop on for a minute. Franny Dragonfly said, drinking my tangy tangerine right now. Good girl, Franny. And for all of you who are wondering what supplements to take, go to my website, click on the supplements button, order Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you have other issues, you can reach out to me and I'll give you some guidance on what I think is best. But go there now. Here, wait a minute. I think we might have the lurker, the creeper, being able to. There he is.
Just in time to buy me some steak.
Well, there you are, James. Good morning, sir.
Let's go.
You
How the heck are you?
just toting a little bit of corn.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of corn, actually.
Oh yeah, it's a big old field.
What's that?
Combine's down that way. Can you see the combine up there?
Yes, yes.
He's way at Deanfield.
How far along are you guys percentage wise?
He's coming my way. So
James, you're kind of breaking up. Can you...
far, we're over 50. Well, I would say right at 50%.
Oh, wow.
I think we've got about 600 to go.
Wow, you guys are making good time.
So we're trying. We got rain coming today. We're clipping some corn.
Yeah, well, you can't do it in the rain, can you?
Alex, what was that smart ass? No. Alex, what was that smart ass comment about them steaks? No.
I'm salivating, waiting for you to buy, sir.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a
That makes
whole lot
sense.
of movement there. I'm with you, James. I'm thinking you're going to win anyway.
Well, you know, ooh, look at that. Thank you. You know, XRP was a serious bedwetter. I'm kind of depressed about that.
Yeah, dipping down to $1.80. Don't be
Everybody
depressed by the
froze.
dip.
Yeah, right. Well, I miss you guys. I know I have marginal signal here. I'll let you do your thing, but I appreciate you guys, and I'll be lurking in the background.
Excellent, James. Great. Can't wait to have you back with us. All right. Well, that was a nice little pop in from James, the lurker, the creeper. Texas Mimi said, "We love our farmers and ranchers. Isn't that the truth?" Christy B said, "You're looking good, James." I don't know what that picture was that Dave had up there. I couldn't see the person on top, Dave. Who was it? Can't hear you.
I said, I think that was Epstein, I think.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, let's see here. James the Corn Clipper, according to Terry M. Collins. Isn't that the truth? So Zero Hedge came out with an article that I highlighted in the dispatch today, talking about the Beyond Meat crashing. Now, I've had people ask me this after the dispatch came out, if we would talk a little bit about it. Well, I think, oh, geez, what the hell is that? That's
Beyond
bad. Yeah.
I knew you'd have a reaction like that.
Yeah. And I said that we would discuss it slightly today, but I encourage that person to come on the subscriber only live or on Friday in general and ask this question of Dr. Glidden. He would be able to give a much more concise answer. But my opinion is, if it ain't natural, don't eat it. If it comes in a box, don't eat it. If it can sit on a shelf without spoiling for more than 3 days, don't eat it unless it's packed in salt. But those are just some basic tips, but don't eat that meat. That's not a good chance. Hit said, "Hey, Sam, do you all have plans for additional sub lives?" Yeah, we're going to do more subscriber only lives. We just haven't. We're trying to get this whole presentation thing worked out. And I'm thinking, Alex, maybe it may be time to go back to the other way. What do you think?
I will follow your lead, sir. Up to you.
I'm not sure. It's just hard to have to see, but
I think
yes.
the numbers, as far as the average number of viewers, we're not. I don't think we're that far either direction.
That's
either
what I
way.
think. Yeah, I think
So-
you're right. Anyway,
Going-
all right.
Going back to Beyond Meat, I think there's a difference between veggie burgers, which I don't know if anybody's ever had a veggie burger. I've had a few, and they're not bad. They're not beef. It's not a hamburger, but my ex-father-in-law has developed the tick-borne allergy to red meat, and so he didn't have a choice. So the Beyond Meat is a company founded in 2009 by Ethan Brown, specializes in plant-based meat alternatives, aiming to make vegan proteins that mimic the taste and texture of animal products. I'm okay with that. I really am. What I'm not okay with is the bug burgers.
Well, and part of the challenge with those fake meat products are the oils that they use to bind them together.
Understood.
That's where the toxins come in my opinion. And again, if God didn't make it, don't eat it, is really what it boils down to. Dave, what do you think?
No, I agree. It's one of those deals. I don't think I've ever tried one, but yeah, that's one of those things you stay away from for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Kissing Bandit Lipstick said farmers are the heartbeat of America. Yes, they are. Hey, look, Pat's here. Let's see if we can get Pat on here and see if he can give us a little.
I don't know. His comment's pretty spicy. He said, "That's what my lady calls my unit, Beyond Meat."
Well, we're not going to be talking about his unit. Pat, if you can come on, great. I would love to get your opinion on this Beyond Meat thing. Let's see if he's here.
Oh, man.
I think he's coming on.
That's funny.
There he is.
Hold on here.
Hey, Pat.
I had to throw that out there.
Yeah, Beyond Meat. I got your Beyond Meat, pal. So what's your opinion on this Beyond Meat stuff?
Well, I mean, Dave, we were being fed soybean burgers in public school when we were kids. I mean, these contracts for soybean burgers and soy contracts for public schools and military contracts and all that stuff to feed people. That's been going on for a long time. So, I would prefer to eat meat, and I always will. So
100%, I agree. 100%. Benji 1959 said lab grown meat. No, that's a whole different thing. Lab grown meat is toxic, in my opinion. You stay as far away from it as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Any comments on lab grown meat there, Pat?
Well, anything they're using human aborted fetal cells and, all kinds of crazy stuff to develop this. I mean, so, I was just reading on the human cloning patents that were created back in the late 90s, early 2000s, all of that. I mean, they're growing humans in labs right now. I mean, they are. There's just the things that are happening now, were 25 years ago, really.
Well, and the first
We know that, right, guys?
Yeah.
It's the Democrats. That's the lab grown.
Exactly. Well, and if they were able to clone a sheep 40, 50 years ago, where do you think that technology is today?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Alex, any comment? Yeah, exactly. Rick Sr. said some of the ingredients are highly processed. Exactly. Martini Time said, I love me some beef. Yeah, you and me both, Martini Time. I eat quite a bit of red meat a week, quite a bit. And I feel better for it. And I train hard, so, I need it. Benji 1959 said there was clones since the 1940s. I think you could be right. I've never deep dived into it to that degree, but exactly. Kissing Bandit and Lipstick said, I'll go vegetables before I eat fake meat. 100% I agree. 307 Patriot said, clone sheep equals modern Democrats. Isn't that the truth? So, according to the Gateway Pundit, the FBI Director Kash Patel is investigating the George Soros financial links to Antifa. How much longer before this gets exposed? Dave, what do you think?
We know that's part of the money, and we know Soros got a lot of that money from taxpayer money through
NGOs.
NGOs and stuff like that. So
yep.
All coming to light.
Yep, 100%. Pat, any thoughts?
I don't think that there's any connection, there is a connection. We know that, but there's no way that Patel is going to connect Soros by anything other than a trust that donated $17 billion a decade ago to left organizations to push those principles and all of that. I mean, they're out of all the congressional hearings, Sam, you and I are old enough to know, congressional and Senate hearings where people literally are proven guilty they're guilty as could possibly be, and nobody ever goes to jail. And that's my entire life.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily chase that sort of stuff. Again, what I think is a guy like George Soros, who was interviewed on 60 Minutes, I don't know, was that 2 decades ago at least, maybe 3, where he admitted to turning in his fellow Jews to the Nazis during Weimar Germany stuff. What makes you think that guy even deserves to breathe the same oxygen that we are breathing? Right?
100%. 100%. I agree. Alex?
I have immense disdain for the man, what he stands for, what he does, where he puts his money. I think that it's gone on way too long. And to echo what Pat said, yeah, that dude doesn't deserve to breathe the same air. And I'm usually a pretty peaceful person, but there's definitely a face for evil.
Yeah,
He's a
100%.
reptilian shapeshifter.
You've been hanging out with David Icke again, haven't you? Exactly. We're on to you, Pat. We're on to you. All right, next story. J.P. Morgan is committing $1.5 trillion to strengthen America's industrial base. They said that they have a decade-long initiative to finance and invest in industries central to the U.S. economic and national security, committing up to $10 billion of its own capital to select American companies, according to reporting. Well, here's my first problem with it. Why does a bank have $10 billion of their own money? Because of the fees that they charge us. Because they can, if you overdraw a check, it's $40, or, just to use their checking account, you got to spend $5 a month or whatever it is. With DeFi coming into existence, all of that goes away. Alex, what do you think?
It's going to take a little bit of time. I think that the money needs to be invested in the technology. It needs to be invested back into the people. It's already starting to, it's been a couple years ago that they announced, well, we're gonna allow people to invest in crypto, but your portfolio has to be over $5 million. Like they let the good old boys in first. So us retail investors and buyers, just keep holding the line, because it's coming. We've talked about it a lot on the show, but it's definitely coming.
Right, exactly. Dave, any comment?
And James,
Well, it's interesting. Is it an arm? Yeah. Is it an arm twist, Sam? Are they purposely being told you must invest, or because keep the banks in mind on what's going to come out of all this, in my opinion.
Right, exactly.
More coming out of that. So maybe an arm twist.
Yeah. Pat?
I wonder what the industry, quote unquote, industry investments are. AI data centers and a lot of other things. I would love to have seen 10 billion of that $1 trillion, over $1 trillion, spent on creating clean water systems for our children to drink.
Right. Right.
While the population's being poisoned with the water, I don't know who they're going to service, who they think their customers are going to be if everybody's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Well,
know?
you go back to the Georgia Guidestones, where it came out point blank and said they want to reduce the world's population to 500 million people. Now,
Yeah.
I think when President Trump came into office, and then mysteriously within a few months, a year maybe, all of a sudden the Georgia Guidestones were blown up. I think that was an indication of where we're going. That whole ideology is getting blown out of the water. Now, whether we've reached that point yet or not, that can be debated. But the reality is, people aren't putting up with it anymore. We've been shining a light on their nefarious deeds and intentions for some time now. And now we're going to see it play out. How it's going to play out, your guess is as good as mine. Alex?
It's exactly that. 500 million people on the earth. Like, how ludicrous is that? Which my mind immediately goes to our conversation about what is the actual world population.
I was just thinking that. Yep.
Because you have to maintain, a family has to maintain 2.5 children in order to maintain current population. That's not counting growing. And China had a one world policy for how many years? I don't know. That's a whole nother topic for another tinfoil day. But yeah, I mean, I think with the information superhighway and the invention of the internet and the sharing of information, the information war that we're in is undoubtedly ramping up, given the access and the ability for us to debunk what the narrative is in a matter of hours, even minutes.
Yeah, I don't think there's anywhere near 8 billion people on the planet. Pat, what's your thought on it?
Well, I was sitting here thinking, I penned a book about a decade before we'll just say 2020 hit. Sorry. I
That's
don't wanna
okay
get you-
because it doesn't. They don't usually flag that anymore.
Okay. So, yeah, about 2010 is when I worked on a book, again, to write about all of this. And so I saw it coming for quite a while. And I was sitting there thinking the whole time, and this is very, very dark humor, but, if the population drops precipitously enough and quick enough, do you understand, like, the types of houses and cars we're going to be able to choose from?
Yeah, exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
I'm in a Rolls Royce. I'm in a Rolls Royce here pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, is that a Grim Reaper on your T-shirt there, Pat? It kind of looks like it might be. Oh my god, yeah, but you're right. I don't think, and I think AI and robotics is going to play a part in this, and I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. But again, the exposure has to happen before we can start leveling up, in my opinion, and I think we're in the middle of it. Franny Dragonfly said, reminds me of the old movie Logan's Run. I don't remember. I remember the name of the movie, but I don't remember what the movie was about. Does anybody remember?
I remember Logan's Run. Yes.
What was the gist of the movie? I don't remember now.
I remember the movie. Let's look and see.
Yeah, because I remember the name of the movie, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Farrah Fawcett in that? I don't know, some beautiful woman. I can't remember who it was, but
1976 American science fiction film, Michael Anderson starring Michael York, Jenny Agruder, Richard Jordan, screenplay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's depicts a future society on the surface, a utopia, but soon revealed dystopian in the population.
oh, and it's kind of like, and Richard Pacente over here on YouTube said the movie Soylent Green. Yeah, that was a mind bender. I'll tell you that. I remember that movie.
1984, Animal Farm. I mean, who else watched Animal Farm in high school?
Animal Farm? I don't know if I've seen that.
You've never seen Animal Farm?
I don't think so. What was that about?
It's about, well, the animals and basically government and the communist manifesto realized. You haven't seen Animal Farm?
I don't think
Alex,
so. Huh?
Alex, I was watching Porky's, not Animal Farm.
Well, Porky's 2 is better.
Exactly.
Porky's 2 is better, but that's just from an exposure standpoint.
Jess Perry 16 said, I read Animal Farm. It was great. Huh. Jan Love being grandma said, I haven't seen it either. Good. I'm not the only one. Thanks, Jan. All right, well, let's move on. So the Associated Press is now refusing to sign Secretary of War's Pete Hegseth's new Pentagon press policy, preventing them from freely roaming the halls and jeopardizing sensitive information. The AP is joining the New York Times. I say tank them all. Get rid of them. Let people like us get on the major networks and tell the truth, right? I mean, I think there would be a ratings bonanza if we had people like us on the mainstream.
That was my first thought. I need Sam Shalhoub's 6'4" monster ass walking down the halls of the Pentagon to get these boys in line.
Exactly. 6'3", but I'll take it. Pat,
6'4", depending on the height of his hair.
Pat, any comment?
Well, I mean, look, all the major media outlets, their lights are kept on by the, chemical corporations and,
Big
all
pharma.
the. Yeah. So, I mean, look, there are always going to be disinformation and misinformation agents. That's just the way it is. That's why I just stopped listening to them.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long ago I stopped listening to them. I'm surprised that any Americans even turn that shit on. Pardon my French, but
I don't think that's
yeah,
French,
so-
actually, Pat.
yes. It's actually melde.
Oui.
Yeah. So that's a given for me. I mean, they're
Well,
just
and the ratings reflect it. I mean, they don't have an audience anymore. I have
Right.
friends of mine that are podcasters that have bigger viewers than they do.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's
my
crazy.
old podcast, The Conspiracy Farm, we had more listeners than all CNN radio channels, almost every Fox radio channel, all of that. And we still felt like, God, why are we doing this? We're being attacked constantly, and we're not making any money. but we've got millions of listeners. How do we were just 2 third rail. We couldn't get any sponsors, all that sort of stuff. But nonetheless, yeah. But Pete should maybe not communicate with other intelligence officials or generals on Signal. How's that?
Yeah, there you go. There you
I
go.
think that was a hoax.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do
think
too.
that was real.
Hey, Pat, do you think you guys were just ahead of your time?
I mean, the things that we were talking about that hadn't arrived yet, for the most part, yeah, it was a lot of people were traumatized more than anything because of the way we were delivering. It was a pretty hard hitting show. I mean, this is what's coming. You better tie your shoes on real tight because it's gonna get pretty twisted. And so yeah, you can't traumatize the unaware masses too quickly because when you fire hose them, they just go, whoa, shut down,
Right.
shut down.
Exactly. And it's what I used to do. And, 30 years ago, I used to try to give people a drink of water from a fire hose, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work. You got to
Right.
sprinkle it. You got to then when it's not up to us to wake people up, it's up to themselves. So,
Just a simple question, Sam, hey, where do you think all the organs from 400,000 missing kids go every year?
Yep. I know, Pat. I know. But like you said, you can't just take a frog and drop it into a boiling hot pot of water. It's either going to die or it's going to jump out. You have
Right.
to bring the temperature up slowly. I'm with you on that, 100%. David Morales over on YouTube said Chinese population overestimated by 1 billion. I think that's probably very close. I don't think they're anywhere near the kind of numbers that they're talking about. But, again, will we ever know the truth? God only knows for sure. All right, everybody. So that's all we have for today. We did not reach our dancing goal, so we will go right to final thoughts. Pat, what's your final thought?
I'm headed to North Carolina to the Mountain Readiness Expo that will be in Harmony, North Carolina. I'll get there on Thursday, speaking on Friday, Saturday, and teaching self-defense on Sunday.
Oh, excellent.
So
Excellent.
I'm excited about that. Dr. Will Spencer and I will be there talking soil to human health and all that good stuff. So if anybody's near North Carolina, come on over to Harmony to the Mountain Readiness Expo.
Excellent. And I will be reaching out to you this week. My last protocol is almost done, and I'm going to start the new protocol. We'll talk about it on the phone.
Beautiful. And I didn't know you were 6'3", dude.
Yeah, 6'3", about
Awesome.
220-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
About
no
7
boxing.
About
No
17
boxing with you.
About
I'll-
17-inch arms now. I used to be at 19-inch arms, but still respectable for 63 years old.
Oh yeah, very.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what to do with those tall guys, Pat. Get close.
A lot of runs. Just dump them on the back.
Yeah, exactly.
Tie him up and get him on the ground.
Exactly. Dave, final thoughts?
Exciting to see where this is going. I want to let you know, probably for the next 6 days, I'll be in this combine cab harvesting some crops. So let's see what tomorrow brings, and this afternoon be a lot of excitement coming.
Excellent, Dave. Alex?
I say it every show. Time is the one thing you can't buy more of or create more of, and it doesn't go lost on us that you guys choose to spend it with us every day. So have a blessed day, and we will see you tomorrow.
Exactly. And I couldn't agree more, everybody. Thank you for spending the time with us. It touches our heart. It is just incredible. It's just incredible. So everybody, have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And don't forget, check your subscribe. What's that, Dave? Oh, shit. No way. Oh, my God. We hit 101,000. I thought
Son of
that-
a.
I thought we were like 50,000, I don't know, a few minutes ago, and all of a sudden I guess we're doing a little dance, and then before we sign off.
I don't have it pulled up.
Oh, you don't? All right, well, we'll do it tomorrow then, either way. We'll do it tomorrow.
Yes.
No big deal, everybody.
Yes.
Hey,
And-
stay safe during the harvest, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. And don't forget,
Thank you.
check your subscriptions on TikTok. We'll be doing the subscriber only live on Friday. Pat, if you can join for us for that, we'd love to have you talk a little more freely on the subscriber only live about what you're doing and what's going on. They have very little regulation there.
What time is that? Where?
It's after the main show on Friday.
Any Friday.
Okay, if I'm not speaking, I know early afternoon is when I'm scheduled to speak in the main stage. So
Oh, that event's this weekend?
yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, well
Sunday.
then just do it the following Friday. We do it
Okay,
every
cool.
Friday.
I appreciate it.
Okay, safe travels, my friend. Everybody at
All right.
home, have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
guys. Bye. Thank you.